Let's see, ZS. This was on the watch list last night, I believe, wasn't it? Let me take a look. Ticker ZS. Let's see. I think I left it off the list. Yeah, it is on the watch list. So I wanted to watch ZS today over 185.50, which is really just over the highs here. You got range to about the 200 up here at 188, 189. So I guess we can watch ZS out of the highs for the range to 189. CISS, we already played this morning up to 220. Obviously done with that. So right now, all we're looking at are these two earnings plays. We got GPS, we got ZS. Small cap gappers look extremely slow again this morning, just like yesterday. We had a little bit of action this morning in pre-market, which we thankfully was able to take advantage of. But that's what I'm saying. If we go into the open today and it just looks super slow, there's no point in sitting here. There will be 0 point sitting here playing this crap. So we'll have to see. DJT up bigly this morning, testing the daily breakout spot at 56.70. I never like price action on this, and the spread always kind of sucks, but I'll still look at it. DJT over, what do you got here? Over 56.50. If it cleans up after the bell, I'll look to play it. Otherwise, it's just something we can keep an eye on. Let's see, SMR, NVDL. Yeah, just not much going on. So like I mentioned earlier, whenever we first started the stream, I think the primary watch for us today is really going to have to be the nightly watch list, because as far as pre-market goes, I mean, it's pretty slow. Yeah, let's go ahead and go over the nightly watch list here, because pre-market gappers are pretty much non-existent. So we already have ZS on the list here. That's good to go. Next up, we have HUMA, which is actually meeting criteria here going into the bell, so that's good. We want to watch that one today over 943, so we can actually watch this off of dips out of the open today. HUMA off of the 943 off dips. And your range here was 1050 and 11 on HUMA. So that looks good. Nice little pre-market pop. We also have WOOF Petco. Now we wanted to watch WOOF over 410. So that's also getting close to criteria this morning as well. So if we can watch Wolf today over 410, we've got the range here to about 450 and 5. So you've got about 10% of range over there on Wolf. We got BE also meeting criteria this morning. We wanted to watch this over 1680, and that's also getting close. Let's also keep an eye on this over 1680. We've got the range to 1815 and 1880 on that. And then we also have INSM. Oh, we've got a lot to watch today. I didn't realize. So INSM is the one that we played yesterday early in the morning. We did super, super well on it. I think we played it from like, what, 55s to about 58s on it. So we did super, super well. But then we played it again in the afternoon for a really small profit. And hopefully we can play it again today off the dips. I wanted to watch it today off of 54. So I know yesterday we were watching it more so off like 51, 52. Well, today I just want to watch it off 54 off the pullbacks. See if I can't play it again. We've got NVIDIA on the watch list. NVIDIA, I wanted to watch below 1070 today. I don't think we're going to get that. It's already back up into the 1120s. So leave that one alone. It pulled back and it's kind of already made its move back to where I wanted it. So WDAY is next. This thing has been beat down for the last 4 days. And I want to watch it off of 201 today, off of a major flush. If we can see it start to capitulate, you see those sellers start to dry up yesterday as well, then I would love to watch this for a reversal back up into the low twos, like 215, 220 over here. So we should have a decent range here as well on WDAY, again, off of 201. So we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 setups to be watching at the open today. But again, if none of these meet criteria, I'm not trading today any more than I already have. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to have these setups pulled up. If they meet criteria and I can play them, I will. You know, awesome. But if they don't meet criteria and we get into the open and nothing looks good, then I'm just gonna wrap it up and just preserve my profits from the week. Otherwise, you come in on a slow Friday and you just start to dig yourself a hole and give back your profits, and then it just turns into a tilted mess. So not dealing with that on a holiday week at all. All right, so let me get my charts pulled up and make sure you're doing the same here. That way you are ready for the open, which we've got about 20 minutes until. So plenty of time to make sure that you go through, get all these charts pulled up. Most of them are on the nightly watch list, so if you didn't get something that I said, just flip over to the channel that says stock watch list, and you can always go over there and get all those levels. All right, let me get all my charts pulled up here as well, real quick. HUMA is starting to look fairly good, guys. Volume is light, so that's my only concern, but it's starting to look really good. Again, ticker is HUMA. Again, volume is a little bit light, but the chart looks fantastic. Yeah, the chart looks fantastic. If you look at the 5-minute, it's looking really, really good. But again, the concern here is the lack of volume. So I'm almost tempted to play it, but I'm not going to just because it's not very liquid. All right, so we have HUMA, we got Wolf. Make sure I've got everything pulled up. We got a full list again today too, surprisingly. Pre-market wise, not a whole lot, but thankfully for the nightly watch list, we had quite a bit. So if you guys have any questions at this point now for the next 18, 19 minutes, feel free to ask. We're going to be waiting for the open at this point. I might be looking at some HUMA to see if maybe it gets some volume. We can start to play it. But again, pre-market super slow. Of course, market was weak yesterday. Thankfully, a little gap up this morning in SPY after news. But we'll have to see what we get after the bell, and that'll kind of determine if we do trade after the open or not. So we'll see. Let's see. Would I play SMMT again if it gets volume? Let me take a look. I didn't see it on my scans this morning here. Oh, it's curling here. Yeah, no, I would play this today. I appreciate you reminding me because I played it yesterday a couple of times super well. And I kind of forgot about it, honestly. It wasn't on the gap list, and I'm assuming it's not on the gap list because it... Well, I don't know why it's not on the gap list here. It's strange. But yeah, no, I would watch this today. I don't know why it's not on the list. It's not on my top gainers at all. As far as how I would watch it today, honestly, watch these dips. Watch these dips as long as it holds over 840. This is a nice look. Watch the dips back down there towards VWAP into the open. Yeah, I'm a fan of it. This is nice. Got range back to up in the 11s up here. I'm actually going to be watching it here. Decent volume, too. Watch it off 920. Keep an eye on it off these pullbacks. But yeah, definitely keep an eye on this one today. It's so weird, though, that it didn't show up on the top gainer list. I don't know why. Taking some SMMT here at 930. Max risk down there at VWAP around 870. Just small size for now, seeing if I can tack on some dollars here before the bell. Again, just small size if I can tack on some dollars before the bell. I already have 2 wins this morning as well, so it'll help. Already a quick 70 bucks here. Let's see if we can get up into the 10s. Let's see if we can get into the 10s. And again, I just want to see it hold off a VWAP into the bell. Here's a 950 testing here. From a 930s entry, here's 960, selling a third up here at 960. Already a quick 100 bucks here. Here's 965. I've got a half left now at 970. Again, I've got a half left at 970. Again, I've got a half left at 970. From a 932 entry. Was able to add a little bit of cushion to the day there. I still want to be watching this off the dips. Back down to entry here again. See if it gets bought back up off the 20-day moving average again here at 916. If it breaks 923, I'm going to exit and take my profits and look back again later. It'll be small profits if that does happen, but I want to reposition myself going into the bell. Just at least have some cushion here. Again, if it breaks that 20 moving average, I will be exiting and I'll just reposition myself later for a few more profits later. Well, maybe. We'll see what it wants to do. Out for now at 915. Overall, really small profit on SMMT from 932. Got half sold up there at 970. And just took the rest out there slightly below the entry price. So overall, small profit. And again, I'll look to play it again after the open, most likely. I like the setup. I just want to make sure that we can at least get positioned in a nice way going into the bell. We've got about 12 minutes. So if I can just tack on some tiny profit like we just did, and maybe play it again after the bell, I wouldn't mind that. Keep watching it off these dips down towards CWAP. I just want to see it set up down here for me. Took some again down here at 916. Risking 870 again, going into the open. Still playing with smaller size until we get out of the open here. got about 11 minutes until the bell. Right now this morning we've got 3 wins, 1 break even, and 1 that is ongoing here. Once we get out of the bell, we can start to take some more size if it does set up for us. So I want to see this hold off of VWAP going into the bell. Get me a little curl with buyers circling back to it, hopefully. Otherwise, I'm going to cut it at 870. Back to 920. I want to see this get bought up into, preferably up into the 960s and 970s going into the open. New highs on HUMA. I'm really surprised that's starting to go over there as well because it was so illiquid all morning we saw. And I said I liked the setup and I was tempted to play it, but again, there was just a lack of liquidity. I didn't love it. And HUMA is going big here, though. So we're not going to be able to play that later in the morning, most likely. That one's done and gone. DJT surprisingly setting up really, really well for us, too. It's right under 55 bucks. We wanted to watch that one today over 56.50. Which seems a little bit high, but we'll see. We shall see. We've got roughly 8 minutes now until the open. And again, going into the bell today with 3 wins and 1 break even. And a small size play here on SMMT to see what it wants to do into the bell. Might play it again after the bell too, depending on how it sets up. Again, the biggest thing we're going to be watching today is to see how things open up. If things open kind of weak, we're just going to step away for the week and just kind of lock in our profits from the first couple of days this week that we did super, super well on. I don't know if you guys remember, but Tuesday was a big day for us with Peggy. So we had a pretty big day Tuesday. Of course, market was closed Monday, so not a whole lot to work with really Wednesday or Thursday. So I'd rather just, if it is slow, wrap it up, preserve what we've made this week, start fresh Monday. So we'll see. We'll see. We got about 8 minutes. I don't want to make any promises and say, oh, yeah, we're not going to trade today, blah, blah, blah. But, you never know. Here's 926 now, up another $100 on the SMMT. $926 testing again here. I sold a quarter at 932. Sold more at 935. Another quick profit. I mean, this is just easy here, guys. I don't want to take much into the open, so I'm trying to de-risk as much as I can, and we can just hold some runners, I guess. Yeah, I'll just do that. I just want to hold runners, guys. Look at runners left now in this. Runners left in SMMT, only 50 shares. Again, only holding runners. Just took some profit. I had 500 shares that I played there from 915 to about 935 to make a few more bucks. But I just want to hold runners into the bell on this. Either way, we're trading it super, super well. So again, only holding runners here. Already up another 20 cents a share. Was able to make another quick $100 and at least talk on some more cushion there into the open. But nice little back-to-back scalps on it. We played the first one there from 930-ish to about 970. Now this one here we've got from 915 to about 935. And again, only holding runners into the open. I can always add back after the open, depending on how it does set up for us. But right now, I just want to hold my little runners. Just because I don't know how things are going to open. I don't want to try and put my balls out there too much right now. So be a little bit patient, I guess. We'll see what we can get. But again, just runners left at 935. This is a guaranteed profitable trade now. I've already sold pretty much all of my position. I only have 10% left. Just to see what it wants to do after the bell. As long as it holds over 870, I'm a fan of it. Otherwise, cut it. Either way, it'll be profitable, being that I've sold 90% of my position up there. Huma knife, yeah, Huma's got no volume, and it also just hit that 1050 target level too, so it has no range. No range and no volume. I'm glad we could tack on some profit over here with SMMT though. We played it pretty well. Made $100 on both little scalps. Just to make something going into the bell there. We have some cushion now going into the open, which should be at least a little bit helpful, hopefully. Depending on how slow things are. Less people in the stream this morning too, which kind of lets you know, okay, so a lot of people are sitting out of the market today, so it's probably going to be slow. It's always a good little indication. We had like 85 of y'all in here yesterday, now only, what, 60 today? So again, I'm just holding runners into the open with SMMT. Scalped it for 500 shares the first two trades, now sitting back. Three minutes until the bell. And right now, we've actually got 4 wins and 1 break even this morning, so already 5 trades. Two minutes. And again, only holding runners into the open with SMMT with a risk-free trade here. Entry was 915, sold 90% of my position at 938. Just holding the last bit to see what it wants to do. You know, worst case, you know, I give back a couple bucks. Best case, yeah, you know, probably make an extra 50, maybe an extra $100. And again, for anybody just now tuning in, starting the day pretty nice. Got 2 wins on SMMT. We've got wins on NVOS and wins on CISS. No losses yet this morning, but again, we're going to go into the open today, and if things look slow, if things aren't setting up and meeting criteria, we're going to walk away and just keep our profits from the week and just start fresh tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Monday. You can tell it's been a long week. But start fresh Monday, and you know, I don't want to give back any profits today. Not after a slow week. I don't have a whole lot of cushion, so, you know, kind of pointless to come in here to watch paint dry. So we'll see what we get today out of the open. If it is active and we have stuff meeting criteria, we will play it. Otherwise, going to keep today short. So let's remove HUMA from the list here. It already met targets, and I'm not playing that again. The only thing that we're currently watching right now is SMMT into the open with runners left. Needs to hold over 870. Market is now open. Again, watch SMMT here. If it does break 870, I'm going to sell my runners. Again, if it breaks 870, I'm selling my runners. Want to see a reverse back up into the 10s here. Let's see what happens. Here we go, 930s. 938, 940. Watch this thing, guys. Don't chase it. I gave you the entry a long time ago. Here's 950. Here's 950. Sold a few more shares at 950. Reversal back down towards lows here. I'm going to go ahead and sell the rest at $9. Overall, about 180 bucks of profit on SMMT. And sitting out of it for now. I can always play it later if it does set up again. But for right now, I want to be out. It tried to curl there at the open. Tried to go, but failed to. Nice play, though. We did super well, so not too bad.